What's up, people? In this video, we're going to do this. I don't know why I'm doing this, but somebody asked me to do a first-person account of binge eating disorder. So fucking stupid. I went to the store, and I bought cookies, and then I ate them. Oh my god. And then I did it again. Retarded.
There's a story of a Navajo grandfather who told his grandson, 2 wolves live inside of me. One is full of greed and laziness, jealousy, and anger and regret. The other is full of joy and kindness and love for the world. Always, these wolves are fighting inside of me. But grandfather, the boy said, which one will win? The grandfather answered, the one that I feed. I think of all the addictions that are out there, and eating addiction is one of the hardest to overcome because it's necessary to live. It's hard for somebody who had trouble with it to differentiate what you needed to do versus what you wanted to do. Food became a real powerful thing for me. It's me standing here in the kitchen, 2:30 in the morning, and I'm not feeling very good about myself. I had a really rough day at work and not able to sleep today, and this is what I'm staring at. I'm trying really hard not to go in there. Sometimes the sickness just really controls me.
Oh god, I want to fucking throw my goddamn laptop out the window. It's like, okay, I'm so done being nice about this fucking eating disorder bullshit. Like, I want to shake these people like you fucking shake a baby. Like, or you shouldn't shake a baby. Don't do that, everybody. Really, do not shake babies. Like, fuck, man, these people, really. Dog, how about this? Why don't you go for a walk, right? Why don't you make a list? Do you understand, oh, you, victim wannabes out there, do you not understand that you have millions of choices, not billions of choices of what you can do at any given time of the day? For example, right now, what am I doing? I'm recording this video, watching this video of this person. I could have chosen another video. I could have live streamed. I could have walked down the street. I could have gone to the beach. I could have walked into that pharmacy over there, bought a bunch of Valium, and fucking slept for 6 hours. I could go to the store and buy some food. I could go to a restaurant and buy a sandwich. I could call my mom and ask her how she's doing. I could go on Pornhub and watch some porn and jerk off, right? Boom, just came up with 10 options for you, right? But the problem with these eating disorder people is they're so attached to their victimhood, to their I'm such a weak person, this is who I am, please subscribe to my channel so you can tune in next time where I struggle with my decision, you know? It is what it is, right? It's not, this is not an actual human being struggling, really. This is somebody who is enjoying the attention that they're getting from their alleged struggle. This is an entertainer, really, is what it is. This guy, I don't know, is this satire? It's like a satire video, and I'm just being fooled. It's pathetic. If you, I'm not going to say if you have an eating disorder, you're pathetic. Because it's bigger than just having an eating disorder, okay? It really is. If you believe that some external circumstance, really, it's not even an external circumstance. If you believe that you do not have control over your own actions, then you are subhuman, really. You are actually subhuman, okay? You are not human. You're not a human being. You're a dog, okay? You're actually a dog that eats out of the fucking garbage. A dog, yeah, you could train a dog, fine. Okay, you can condition a dog, but a natural wild dog is going to eat out of the garbage. Smell something good, it's going to go in the garbage and eat out of it. A human being knows to not eat out of the garbage. They know that the garbage is dirty. They should not dig through the garbage and eat out of the garbage. Why? Because we have a choice. We actually have a choice as far as what we want to do at any given moment of any part of our day, of our entire life. This guy has chosen to shorten his life significantly and die early for some YouTube views. Okay, cool, homie. Have fun. Enjoy. Meanwhile, I'm going to be fucking crushing it, lifting mad weight to my 90s, hundreds even, eating healthy, living a happy life where I feel that I am fully 100% in control. And it's up to you, random YouTube viewers out there. Do you want to have control over your life, or do you want to be a victim?
Where most of this started was probably, I would say, around 3 or 4 years old. My mother did some inappropriate things with me when I was 4. When she came home late at night, I'd be in my room and I'd hear her and I'd just, I'd want her to just come and see me. Most of the time she didn't want to deal with it, so there was a pretty wide gap under my door and she used to just shove sandwiches under the door. Instead of giving me a hug, I got a sandwich. So to this day, sandwiches are one of my biggest comforts. If they serve bread with dinner and I'm having chicken parmesan, I'm going to put it on the bread and make a sandwich out of it. I can remember times as a kid, half hour before my mother was making dinner, I would sneak a couple peanut butter and jelly sandwiches down to the garage and then come up and eat dinner. I would just sit on these steps in the garage here, door would be closed, and then I would sneak back out. Because of the abandonment, all I wanted was acceptance. It was about 3rd grade, and this one kid said, I can eat more pizza than you. So all the kids in my class divided up their 2 slices of pizza between us, and I went through it, and I heard people cheering.
When I was 13, I went to a fair. True story. I went to a fair, like a carnival or something, and there was a pie eating contest. And I won. I won the pie eating contest. I ate that shit fucking faster than anybody else. People cheered, and I got a prize, and I got a toy. I'm not a fucking 500-pound fat piece of shit. Like, honestly, like, straight up. And I know, did he get paid for this? Does he even have a YouTube channel? I don't really know. Or is he just some, like, fat guy that they decided to, like, interview? Oh, he's not even famous. He doesn't even have a YouTube channel. Pathetic. So he just did this just to get some attention online. Like, are these people not embarrassed to have this content, like, floating out there about them? Like, in my mind, right, I think there's nothing worse than an individual who does not believe that they have control over their actions, and they excuse their behavior for some sort of syndrome or disease where there's really no, like, if you were born with one arm, okay, fine, you get a pass, right? Like, you can't do things that people who have two arms can do, arguably. Maybe you could use, like, one of your feet or something, fine, like, whatever. But, like, your mom fucking slid some sandwiches under your door when you were a little kid. Now you're fucking 600 pounds. That's your excuse? Pathetic. Pathetic. Like, homie, are you not embarrassed? Like, is this some kind of, like, trick to play on yourself to encourage you to lose weight because you're so ashamed that this media is out there? You'll be forever immortalized as, like, the 600-pound guy who, like, you know, misses his mommy and eats fucking sandwiches, like, puts bread on either side of the chicken parmesan. Absolutely pathetic. This is his 15 minutes. This is all that he will be. And I'm sorry, I really should be nicer. I just watched a Gary Vee video. The guy's so happy, so positive. I wonder what he thinks of these, like, people. I didn't even want to call them people. Like, and again, to be fair, it has nothing to do with the fact that he's fat. Okay, like, being obese, right? Especially that level of obesity, and denying the conscious choice that goes into achieving that weight, that is a very clear symptom of like ineffective or poor beliefs, let's call them. I want to say ineffective beliefs, but like harmful beliefs, right? I don't have any control. I can't control myself. Mommy gave me sandwiches when I really just wanted a hug, and therefore I'm gonna, like, drive to Costco and get a giant box of cookies and eat them all with Nutella while I, like, jerk off to fucking hentai. Okay, cool. That's your beliefs, fine. Now, there are fat people out there who believe that they have control, and they're doing it anyway, and they know they're fat, but those are the ones who ultimately choose to lose the weight, right? Just like there are people out there who believe that they have control over every single aspect of their life, and the reason why they ultimately decide to change is because the belief that you have control makes it supremely uncomfortable for you to continue to participate in that activity when you know that there are negative effects, right? For example, I'll give you a great example. Right now I'm in Matrang. I spend all day working on live streams, YouTube videos, working online, basically, like, creating lots of content because I really honestly believe that this is the best use of my time. At night, what I'll do is I'll go to the gym, I'll work out for 2 hours, also what I believe to be a great use of my time. Then I'll go buy some sandwiches, lots of beef on these. Like, don't let the fact that I say they're sandwiches fool you. These are like 70% beef, like 30% bread, whatever. Anyway, I go support one of my dear friends and favorite local vendors here in Matrang with exchange of sandwiches for money. And then what I do is I go to an internet cafe and I will play video games for 2 hours. And that's the part of my day where I don't really feel good about how I spend my time. And do I say I have an addiction to video games? I can't stop myself from playing video games? No, I know it's my choice. 100% my choice. I could do anything. I could do any of those 10 things, multiply that by a million, do anything I want with those 2 or 3 hours of my day. But I choose to go into that internet cafe and sit down and play those games and play them over and over. And I don't just play one. I play one and then I play another one. And then my time runs out at the internet cafe, an hour and 40 minutes, and then I go and I pay more money to stay there longer. And before you know it, 2, 3, sometimes 4 hours have gone by and I've been playing fucking video games, arguably wasting the precious time that I have on this planet playing a game that is meaningless, completely meaningless. Fine, is it like stress release, like unwinding after a long day? You can make that argument, sure. Fine. But is it really? You know, I could be doing more. You know, when I'm 90 years old and I'm on my deathbed, am I going to think, well, I'm sure I'm glad I played those fucking games of Dota instead of like going out there and achieving my goals at 35 years old? No. Or maybe I will. I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, the point is that I believe that I have control, and the fact that I believe that I have control makes it extremely uncomfortable for me to go and do those things when I'm doing them, okay? Because I know I have control, I know I can stop anytime I want, and I don't like it. If all of a sudden I say, you know what, I'm going to choose to believe that I have video game playing disorder. I have Dota disorder, right? I can't stop playing Dota. Oh, all of a sudden, wow, all the like responsibility is completely removed. Yeah, sure, the negative effects of like wasting my life are still there, but it's not my fault anymore. It's because mommy didn't pay attention to me when I was a little kid, and I played video games instead. So now I play video games. How fucking retarded is that?
I think it was more laughter for them, but acceptance for me. Food's not the answer. Food is a necessity of life. It's not going to solve your problem. I got a page from home, and then I got a 911 page. My dad answers the phone, and he says my brother Paul had died. He was 32 years old. And every time I talk about this, it drives me crazy. That's let me out of control, that one. It took me probably well over 2 hours to get here, but not before I stopped at the fast food restaurant. So I looked at the receipt. I didn't know what I had. 3 Big Macs, 2 large fries, a couple cheeseburgers. I think I had a 20-piece nugget, and that's less than a mile from here, and I ate it before I got here. Sometimes it doesn't happen all at once. Sometimes it's a period of 2 hours, but it's just constant. You know, it's more grazing, they would call it. Most of the times where I was in that kind of zone, it was more euphoric for me. There was no rational thought. It's almost like a drug addict getting that first hit or first high. Once I was done, I'd be like, oh, I'm such an idiot, why did I do that? Start putting myself down, and the negative voices would start talking to you, and then it got to the point where, like, you do it again, because you felt guilty for doing it the first time, so you did it again. There'd be times where I'd be in the middle of a good run with getting healthy and exercising, and I would tell my wife, like, I
can't make this shit up, honestly, right? So, like, again, like I said, it's not so much that he's obese, really. I mean, again, like I said, that's a very visible sign of something being wrong with this person's belief systems, okay? But there's a difference between this guy, right, and somebody, who is fat, knows he's fat, and says, I'm a fat piece of shit, it's my fault, I chose to eat those foods, and it's my choice that I'm doing this over and over, and I take full responsibility for it. There's a difference between that and being like, well, I take full responsibility, but there wasn't any rational thought. I didn't even realize I ordered 3 Big Macs and fucking fries. Everybody feels bad for me now because I, claim to not have any control over my actions. It's the fact that he says that he doesn't have any control. It's like, when you think about it, if we want to think about it from a real animalistic point of view, right? Human beings, we're animals, right? You can make that argument. And as animals, we are communal. We live in communities. I don't want to say a herd because we don't like travel around as like a herd animal. Let's say a herd. Okay, and in the herd or the pack or the tribe or whatever you want to call it, you have some that are weaker and some that are stronger. You have some that when you are attacked by the tigers or the wolves, those ones are the ones that are going to get eaten, because they can't run that fast and they're sick and it'll thin out the herd anyway. And again, I don't know, this is really bad for me to say this, and I'm not saying it's about this specific individual specifically, but like people who do not believe that they have any control over their own life, and he could turn it around in a second. For example, him, right? What is this individual good for, right? That if you believe that you have no control over your life and you're just being pulled in different directions by these invisible, unstoppable forces that have no solution, you are only good for increasing the share price of McDonald's stock. That's what you're good for. You are good for increasing the share price of Netflix. You are good for increasing the profit margins of Costco. Really, that becomes your purpose as a human being. Isn't that sad? Do you want that for yourself? Really? Is that what you want? Don't you want something more? Don't you want your life to mean more than like, I'm a fat guy who can't lose weight, and that's who I am, and that's my legacy that I'm going to leave to this world and be forgotten instantly? Like, you guys understand that you can be more than that, right? You can be more than fucking eating disorder person, sexually abused person. And you know what's interesting is you see this the most with like people who are actually born with birth defects, is that they don't let it get to them, really. Like, what's that guy's name? Squirmy and Grubbs, or I don't know if it's Grubbs or Squirmy, whatever. Homie's got a girlfriend, a wife, he's got kids, like, he's living a normal life. He's not letting it get to him. There's this other girl I did a video on, I don't remember her name, she's got this fucking giant thing on her face, like, completely ruins her appearance. No offense, sweetie, if you ever watch this, but like, it's you notice it. It's not like a little tiny thing. It's like actually humongous on her fucking face. Yeah, she's sad about it, fine, but you hear maturity and fucking strength in her voice much more than this fucking powder puff right here. It's like, oh, I drove by McDonald's and couldn't stop myself. Meanwhile, this girl has fucking swollen blood vessels on her face that like give her this like horror movie appearance, not letting it get to her at all. Living a normal life, well, as normal as you can with all the medical procedures. Recording all these videos, fucking YouTube famous now. She's set for life, basically financially, assuming she can like figure her like shit out. But that just goes to show you like every problem is an opportunity. Like homie could turn around in a fucking second if he wanted to, choosing not to. Would rather live in his misery, get his like $500 from WebMD for like having this like special made about him. Just, I think it's pathetic. I'm sorry.
I was trying to resist it, but it was almost like it was just grabbing my shirt and ripping me to it, you know? Like you lose control. You'll do anything to get the food, you know? The last straw for me was it started affecting my job. I was in the front cube and my back was facing everybody, and all day long all I thought was people were laughing at me, just all day long. And I had a nervous breakdown, like right there at work. They gave me 30 days to get into a treatment facility. I told them that's what I needed to do. My wonderful wife found a place in Arizona. This place taught me, no matter what you eat, as long as it fits into your daily exchanges for that meal, it's okay. This is an example of a meal plan. This is a very important part to staying focused. Even if you have months and months and months of writing these, never wing it. The steady decline of weight will happen if you follow it. You know, for somebody with binge eating, face whatever it is you need to face, because if you don't, you'll remain sick. I'm in a silly mood today. I was thinking about the time when I came home from treatment. I had lost enough weight to ride a bike for my first time since I was 15 years old. It's driving me to keep on working and keep going. I had 3 goals for myself when I left treatment. Be able to ride a bike again, I did that one. Be able to ride a roller coaster and fit on it, that's my next goal. And the last one is to have a child. After a year and a half in treatment, I now feel like that second wolf. I find myself to be more gentle and giving. The tools that I've learned help me to no longer feed that wolf that I was before. If I can share my story, which helps me, if it helps one person get help.
Homie's been in treatment for a year and a half, still weighs 500 pounds. Maybe the treatment isn't working, dog. Like, sorry, not sorry, but like, I don't know. I don't really, this is just like, I'm enraged by this. Like, people have no concept of suffering, of true suffering, really. So they invent retarded shit like this. And again, to be fair, I'm American, white, Jewish, born in a first world country from fucking West LA, really. Like, I lived a very, I'm blessed to have been born in the right country, in the right place, at the right time. Extremely blessed. However, that said, I have suffered quite a bit in my life, and the lesson that I took from that suffering is that I have control over my life. Not my fucking, what my mommy did to me when I was 5. Not like the chemicals in my brain. Like, fuck those chemicals in my brain. Chemicals in my brain right now are telling me to fucking throw my fucking computer off the balcony and just go rage at these people in here and start like swinging, like throwing my fist at them. Do I go do that? Like a tiny, like a little bitch that has no self-control? No, I don't. Because I know in my mind there's consequences for that. And you don't do that kind of thing. Right? Just like there's consequences for going and eating a bunch of fucking Nutella or peanut butter, right? And again, whatever, fine. This is like mainstream advice for fucking stupid people. They're not going to say fast. They're not going to say like, why don't you exercise more? They're going to say if it fits your macros, it's safe. You can't sue us for that. It's backed up by science. Okay, eat your steakums and your fucking butter and your like hash browns and tater tots. But if it's your macros, obviously, homeboy, not working for you. Like, I don't know. Who told me to do this? You're a bad person. You wanted to make me angry, didn't you? You're evil. I feel manipulated. Ugh. Anyway, whatever. You guys have any comments? Or, I don't know, was I too hard on this guy? I really don't think so. I'm enraged. But anyway, was I too hard on him? I guess that's the comment that I'll ask. I don't know. Am I too hard on people who don't believe they have any self-control? But it's like, you're not going to make it. So like, why should anybody... Why should you be acknowledged, really, as a human? Like, that's a prerequisite for being a human being. Actually, it is. Like, that's what separates us from the animals, is that we have a conscious mind that can make conscious decisions at any moment, really. That's how we're able to make the ethical choice and the moral choice. That's what separates us from animals. So anyway, whatever. Leave me your comment. Let me know. Peace.